Kaçıyor mu? Milton'ı bulmalıyız, ölecek adam.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic.
Bir sonraki hedef o. Katil kimse herkesi alaycı bir şekilde öldürdükten sonra bırakıyor bu arada.
The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm.
Arkadaki adam da rahat bir şekilde bahçesi bu diyor.
Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses.
Ne oluyor? Aha! Lan bir şey mi oldu?
Your Grace.
Aa, bir şey oldu zannettim. Eteği çıkarttı, tamam. Nasıl bakıyor? Roach gel. Kadın hızlıca ata binmek için yaptı. Tam bir lider ya.
Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Wow. Ya işte tebaasını böyle koruyan bir kraliçe.
Hey, that is silk. Be careful.
Ver kral.
Give it to me.
Vermiyor ya bir de. Tüh lan, kaçırdık lan diyordu. Kraliçeden şey aldım diyordu. Kraliçe efsane çıktı. Ben de dedim zehirlendi mi, bir şeyler mi oldu? Koş.
Your Grace seems right at home in a saddle.
Majesteleri çok yaşa. Tamam, geliyorum. Bu oyunda benim kimse geçmedi, geçemez. Rezil oluyoruz, haberin olsun ha. Ya NPC olursanız böyle gücünüz oluyor tabi. Mekan da bu arada Minas Tirith gibi yani. Allah! Abi, yoldan çıktım ya.
Hurry! Hurry!
Majesteleri Ena bizi katilin son hedefi olan Baron'dan aslında son hedefi olan Baron'u kurtarmak için mücadeleye çağırmıştı.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Wow. Ena inanılmazdı yani. Tam bir lider demiştim en son, hatırlarsanız. Eteği çıkartıp bütün yüklerinden kurtulmuştu.
I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up.
Okay.
You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish. While I nab the phoenix egg.
Tamam.
That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish.
Bir sembol ya, onu
Look
arayacağız.
there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
Aa. Gerçek bir
Golden
unicorn
fish and
değildir
the horn
herhalde.
both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton.
Bu
Once
evrende
you have fish
unicornlar
and
var
horn,
mıydı? Vardı
find
değil
me
mi?
among the other phoenix egg
Doğru,
hunters.
var. Hatta müthiş
clear?
sevişme
Then let's get
sahnelerinin
to it.
olduğu. Unicorn da zaten onun bir ürünü.
I've always dreamt of traveling to the north.
Hemen işaretlere bakalım. Zaten az önce yanımızda olan baron. Aa, ana da burada. Çok uzaklaşamadık yani. Bu sembollerle birlikte ulaştığımız şeyler bize son kurbanının yerini gösterecek gibi. Bakalım nasıl olacak? Kaçmaz inşallah.
Perhaps an apple will work, or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Ürkek bir at he?
Hey, folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Atın yeni sahibiyiz, dur. Bu sahte bir unicorn, tamam. Roach'u getirelim, onun yanımızdaki rahatlığına bakıp şey yapardı. Roach gel. Koşturacağız mı arkasından? İkram bulmak için efsünger hislerimi. Elma lazım. Bu? O ağaçla çok ilgilenmişti. Aha.
Roach likes carrots. Maybe unicorn will too.
Aa, orta tuşa mı aldım?
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale.
Abi havuç olabilir, evet, ama bir saniye şey de olabilir. Yavaşlamasaydık iyiydi ya. Oo, gerçekten. Ha, tamam. Her noktada sepetten çıkıyor. Havuç yer mi abi?
Damn it.
Dur, yavaşça yaklaşmam lazım. İyi ki zamanla yarışmıyoruz. Havuç yer de elmayı daha çok tercih eder.
Delicious crunchy carrot.
Hem de kıtır kıtır yerler, yemez alırlar mı? Al ye. Oh.
Easy.
Tamam. Tamam, unicorn'dan ipucunu
Gardens are
aldım.
huge. Be better off on horseback.
Atı çağırmam lazım dedik ama şu an bunu yapamazsın diyor. Peki, hızlıca gideriz, sıkıntı yok.
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Buraya gideceğim ve altın, golden fish'i bulacağız. Sarı balık diyor ama altın yani.
Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure, if
Değil
you're
mi?
a peasant.
Golden mu bu? Şeker ne ya? Bunların hiçbiri golden değil. Kırmızılıkları belli etmiyor ki kendini. Bu da kırmızı gibi gözüküyor. Sanırım bu tarafta değil. Şu tarafa gideceğim hemen hızlıca. Bir oyun oynanıyor gibi bana ama dur biraz daha tabana gideyim. Ah. Oo, şurada çok diptelermiş. Şu golden herhalde ya. Evet. Ya
Hey, wait.
bekle.
Stop. It's important.
Abi bot savaşı mı? Oyun Sea of Thieves'e mi döndü?
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye and bear before us its secrets.
Gelip elinden almamız yok mu
As the
peki?
moon is heavenly coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a
Ha geldik dur.
fitting tribute.
Ver şunu. Hoppa anahtarımı da aldım.
A key.
Şimdi Ena ile buluşalım. O hangisini buldu?
You bombot stretch!
Ya lütfen sıkıntıya çıkartmayın. Adamın hayatı tehlikede şu an. Araya buradan mı çıkmam lazım? Şeye mi gideceğiz direkt? Peki. Evet şuradan iskeleden çıkayım hemen karaya. Belli bir şey sağladı bize. Hayır. Karşımızda tam bir şey var ya. Seri katil ipuçları falan bırakarak insan öldürüyor yani. En sonki teorim hala biraz daha geçerliliğini koruyor. Bir intikamcıyla karşı karşıyayız diye düşünüyorum. Yine pek çok defa farklı yaratıklar falan gibi çizilmiş olması da aslında her defasında biraz daha kendini farklı kırıklara bürümesinden dolayı olduğunu düşünmüştüm. Ama elbette bu hipotezin bir dayanağa da ihtiyacı var.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
Ver yumurtayı ver.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
Ver sana toprak vereceğiz.
Geralt, at last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Kutsal bir mekan ya. Senin semirttiğin serçe 3 kez tekrarladı ötüşünü. Şan bu. Başımla selamladı rahatlamış rahip ve rahibeleri. Bu bir kutsal mekan ya.
Is it about someplace really cramped, uncomfortable?
Because it mentions groans and a mouse? No, false hints, I think. Meant to lead us astray.
Abi tuzağa
We
düştü.
take groan, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are
Ben
several
bulamadım ya.
greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks. And the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Güzel.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Ama 3 kez çınlaması, rahip rahibe meselesi tam bir kilise gibiydi yani.
Wait here.
Wait here'landı bu arada. Maskülen erkeğin yanındaki kadını korumakla alakalı hareketi bu kadar güçlü bir kadına sökmez. Oo. Bu da mı vampirdi? Oo, okey. Tırnaklarını kesmeye kesinlikle ihtiyacı var. Şu an Legolaslıyoruz bu arada. Güzel kovalamacaydı ya. Bende.
I
I'm here.
Buraya bilerek
This belonged
çekti.
to you, maybe?
It's
Oh.
dead, but you may keep it. I've a new one.
Onun
I do
eli.
not know you.
Hala
Done you
yaşayan
no harm. Yet first
eli.
you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Aynen. Bu konuşma benimle alakalı değil.
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me?
Bu arada adam iyi konuşuyor. Sen kaç masum öldürdün? Bu güzel bir
Duchess
cevap.
hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Öyle mi dersin? Senden daha çirkinlerini de öldürdüm bu arada.
I won't let you kill again. Damn it.
Wow, öyle mi dersin? Bu sefer cümsemeyeceğim rakiplerimi. Hard vurdum ama bunun olması lazımdı, haberin olsun da. Wow. İkinci saldırıyı asla kabul etmiyor bu arada. Kaçıyor mu? Aa, canı azalınca kaçan bosslardan bunlar.
You want to stay where you were. Regenerate. I know you're
in
trouble. I can help. I'll
Kim
help
bunlar?
myself. No, he's my friend.
Who are you? Adam önümüze geçti.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis?
Regis.
You all right?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless
Yay!
snake, having been rather
Old
spectacularly
friends.
melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Nasıl iyileştin harbiden?
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Neden geri döndün demeyeceğim. Peşine düştüğün katili. Neden geri döndün daha bir güzel soru aslında ama.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Detlef can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlef is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one night since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlef is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Nasıl iyi bir sebep olabilir? Aynen. Ya da nasıl bu kadar emin olabiliyorsun? Değil. Nasıl iyi bir sebebi olabilir? Yani bunu yaparken neden iyi olsun? Yani öldürdüğü insanlarla alakalı bir sıkıntı mı var? Bakalım.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out.
O da onu öğrenmek
And then
istiyormuş.
I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlef, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Detlef is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlef found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine.
Kardeşliği meselesi, blood brother meselesi bunlarda da insanlardaki gibi, en azından o evrendeki insanlardaki gibi kutsal yani.
Has a unique talent, one they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlef's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upsetting, immensely.
Ne öfkelendirdi onu? Adamlarla alakalı bir şeyler göreceğiz herhalde.
Specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Onu bir bulalım o zaman, soralım nedenmiş.
Before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
Doğru.
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère-la-Chaise-Longue Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Evet gitti. Aha gördü.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Milton ya. Zannedersem bizi mağlup ederken gelmesiyle satın alım bildirgesi mi? Bizim mağlup ettiğimizdeki gelişi farklı olacaktı. Bu dostumuzun. Büyük ihtimal ben onu öldüreceğim zaman benim onu öldürmeme engel olacaktı. Onun beni öldürmesi bu şey yapmasına sebep oldu. Ya dur ona elleme o benim dostum deyip gelmesine. Büyük ihtimal orada da bir değişkenlik vardır. Bir dakika, burayı araştırmam lazım. Ha, araştırmam lazım değilmiş be. Kandırmışız adamlar. Hadi gidelim. Baktım inanılmaz kötüydü orası. Oh.
Sir, sir, a letter for you, sir.
Letter?
Kimden?
From?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Param istiyor. Al ya 5 şey değil mi? Al.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly
Nasıl
hope I'll be
bekliyor
of
böyle
service
bakıyor.
again.
Ne olacak 5 ya? 5 kron. Hiçbir şey yani.
Dearest.
Çocuğun
I
gülümsemesinden
suspect
daha değerli
weighty
değil.
affairs rather than merely the wine festival have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb.
O kim ya?
I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you. Thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Sevgilinin yeğen diye geliyor ya böyle. Buna bakarız. Bir dakika. Yeğenin mektubuna gitmeden önce Regis'le bir daha konuşalım da. Muhteşem renkli ya ortalık.
Where are you skittering off to, Silvermane?
Nice tune.
Görevler diyasıyla gelmiş. Görüyorum haritada ünlemleriyle. Üste mi canlar? Bir şeyler satma imkanımız olacak mı? Gece diye dükkanlar kapalı mı yoksa? Bakalım bir. Random bir eve girdim herhalde. Private property'ye girdik abi, olmaz böyle. Yolumuza gidelim, daha sonra geliriz buraya. Envanter konusunda sıkıntımız yoksa 102, tamam, sıkıntımız yok. Roach yine gelmiyor. Abi Roach neden gelmiyor? C. Okay.
All work and no play, right, Witcher?
Aa. Atımı çağıramıyorum ya. Roach'u verin. Düşman da yok etrafta. Hemen bir save load yaptım. Bir şeyler sıkıntıdaysa diye. Niye böyle bir şey yaşadı? Geçen de böyle bir şey yaşanmıştı. Yani. Okay. Roach'umuza kavuştuk. Gidelim Roach. Evet. Konuştuk. Epic'in yeni sürprizi. Düşmüş bu arada. Sızmıştı daha önceden. Death Stranding'in bedava olacağı. Bir gün 2 gün önceden sızmıştı. Ha şu yollar direkt Kingdom Deliverance ya. Ah, Y'ye vurduk lan neyse. Bir vampirle buluşulabilecek en iyi yerlerden birindeyiz. Mezarlıktayız. Bul mu?
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Adam vampir ve reis. Ne yapsın?
Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be.
Evet, mağaradan gireceğiz. Hey. Hoşça kal. Nasıl ya? Yeter be. Zehirlendim. İlk defa gördüğümüz yaratıklardan biri oldu yine bu. İsimlerine de mi bakabiliyoruz mezarların? Böcek ve haşeratların acımasız amansız avcısı. Tüm hayatını böceklerin kökünü kazıyarak harcadı. Şimdi toprakta böceklerin koynunda yatıyor. Ah be. Bir tane mi ghoul var gerçekten? Aşağıda yaratıklar var. Şurada bir geçiş var, evet. Ne taraftan yaklaşmam daha mantıklı? Şuradan tabii ki. Let's go. Bunlar yuvaları değil mi? Aa, ölmedin mi ya? Bunlar yıkılmıyor mu? Yanmıyor mu? Heh, yansın bunlar. Duvarlarını da yok edelim de köklerini kazımış olalım. Tamamdır. Tertemiz oldu. Şu da varmış. Ya Regis bizi nerelere getir? Ne? Bütün yumurtaları yok edince çıktı değil mi bu? Morlardan nefret ederim bu arada ya. Allah. Bütün yumurtaları öldürünce bu geldi. Bunu herkes fark etmiş zannetmiyorum olduğunu. İki yön var. Soldan gidelim. Aynı yere çıkıyormuş. Tabutları da mı lootlayabiliyoruz? Wow. Bir mezar soyguncusu da olduk. Öyle mi? Hayır hayır hayır. Bir şövalyenin yemeğini. Merak ettim neymiş? Burada Sir bilmem ne ramen yatıyor. Mezarında bir zamanlar hayattaki adamı bulamayacaksınız. Kalbimi, ruhumu ve bedenimi şövalyeliğe adadım ve bir şövalye olarak hatırlanmak istiyorum. Şövalyeliğin sembolü saf bir kılıçtır. Üzerimdeki sembol de bu. Onurumu, dostlarımı ve kalbimi savunan kılıç. Bana kardeşimden daha yakın olan kılıç. Asla masum kayana yıkanmamış olan kılıç. Çağlar boyunca bu taşta kalsın. Ben alacağım o taşı yani değil mi? Aldım. Taş. Emanetim bende güvende. Deyip gidip satıyor değil mi 20 krona? Geldim. Regis.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery.
Aynen öyle, çok klişe ya.
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Deadlove wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Hoş geldin.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
O ne? Ne gösteriyoruz?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abraxa had taken an interest in it.
Adam şeylerden endişe etti. Topladı falan. Kadimlerden bir vampir falan mı diyecek bu? Ne diyecek? Ne oldu? Tribe girdi.
It's Detlef's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Ne anlamda? Ha evet. Eli ne için kullanacaksın ki?
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kermorin, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove
Bu DLC için yarayacak.
Just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
Whoa.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
Küçük bir dokuyla vücudumu tekrar Ne?
Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Detlef was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Detlef's hideout.
Yüzüğün kökeni, yüzüğe bakınca bir şeyler anladım.
Rings pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend.
Ne?
You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect?
Nasıl
Not to
yani?
treat us like cattle to be slaughtered.
Aynen öyle ya.
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Detlef. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Can't you just summon Detlef? You're both hired vampires. There's got to be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Son çare dedi ama bu
The hell?
işin sonunda tek çaremiz olacak gibi belirli.
There is a being
Tepelik
who
hoş
can
geldin.
summon Detlef. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Olur. O zaman go.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Kim? Help? Kimi çağıracak? Birini yardıma çağırıyor bize. Abi o eli öyle bırakmasaydınız ya. Tılsımladı vampirler şeyleri, kargaları. Gündüz gözüyle dışarı çıkıyor. Vampire bak.
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless. So, perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Gel çek ya. Eski dostlar
Rarely
ne
say no
içindir?
to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Bu bir tuzak mıydı? Bir şey itiraf etmemi mi bekliyorsun? 2.
So,
Tam
think
bir
you've set a
arkadaş
nice little
sohbeti.
trap for me? Sorry. Wanna get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
Bak
I love a
eğlenecekti
challenge.
dedim.
In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Aha. Neredeydin? Neler yapıyordun? 3.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of...
Aslında şöyle denedim de orayı da çok kullanıyorlar ya.
There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbor's respect and,
Seçenekleri genelde
in
okuyorum
fact,
ama
constituting the exact
arkada
opposite of the
izliyorsanız
monstrous
göremezsiniz, değil mi?
vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the wild hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
Ölü olmak nasıl bir duygu?
Gotta ask you the
Bütün
big
sohbeti
question.
yapmak istiyorum
What
ya.
everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard.
Öyle değil.
To die at
Hayatın
20
anlamı öyle.
years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity's a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Tazelenme nasıl bir duygu? Evet. Göğsündeki deliği kapatma meselesi.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear, something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms.
Triss kendi kuyusunu kazdı bizim serimizde.
Just plain easy.
Triss hafızamızı geri getirdi ama geri Jen'e döndük yani.
We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with the living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Birbirlerini direkt öldürüyorlarmış.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count.
Sor bir soru, hakkın tek ama.
If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Oo. Şimdi bu sağlam bir dilema aslında. Bunu düşünebiliriz. Geralt gerçekten bir daha doğsa Witcher olur muydu? Geralt'ın aslında hayat hikayesi biraz daha nasıl söylenir? Kendi isteğiyle olmuş bir mesele de değil Geralt'ın Witcher olması ama başka bir şey olmayı da isteyeceğini düşünmüyorum ya. Belki ama çok zor bir soru bu arada. Efsunger olmayı seçerdi bu arada ya. Evet.
See, Regis.
Bak içerek söylüyor, güzel.
Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the
Evet
truly
de o bir
brave.
fedakarlık gibi de oluyor aslında. Çünkü Yen de mesela
Still no sign of your winged friend.
Sahneli olmak için doğurganlığından vazgeçiyor ya.
Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Kuzgunlar haber getirmiş.
Ever vigilant even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds.
Biraz kakiydi yani sonuçta. Çok iyisin bu konuda. Bizden bir gen taşıyor olma ihtimalin var mı? Falan gibi sorulması. Hani biz mükemmeliz, onun gibisin sen de.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived entirely unmolested.
Ne cutscene aldık be. Ortak hakkında başka bir şey biliyor musun? Lanet meselesi nedir?
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or
Hunger.
Perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
There are no coincidences.
Professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Peki detay istiyoruz.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
Tamam da kardeşim
they
yani.
observe?
Aynen.
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder, or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Okay. Let's see the
Let's
hortlak
do
ya.
this.
Let's see
Start
the
making
bull.
your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
O kadar konuşkan olsalardı gerçekten hiç uğraşmasak. Baba bir tükür desek değil mi?
Tomes, thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
Umarım
And
o
to you, my friend.
malzeme insan falan değildir de alternatifini aramaya çalışıyorsun. Yaratık külliyatını oku, yaratıkla alakalı. Okuyalım. Nerede demişti? Nekrofagiler olması lazım değil mi? Aynı. İgniye ve yırdandan şeyler. Okey. Roach bana yardım et. Kulların genel debuff'ıdır. Igni. Ateşten yanıyorlar zaten. Ortlağa gidip görmeye gidiyoruz. Salyasına ihtiyacımız var iksir için.
Bandages.
What's that about?
Aha. Emekli bir hoş geldin.